Yo. 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 Yo, yo, yo. What's up, boys? Again and again and again. Save me out of the mess I was in. Oh, what's up, buddy? How's it going, brother? Alright. Larson. Denmark. Left back 66 rated. Do we have him? I do not. Dang it, man. He's going for like 3K. Hey, hey, hey. Yo, just got off the game today. Made 75K in a couple hours of marquee matchups. Pack luck and bids. Nice, man. Nice, nice, nice. Abul. What's good, brother? Boys, our club has never been this stocked before. The amount of things we sold on today for marquee matchups and the amount of things I've been able to pick up is wild. Our coins keep going up and our value keeps going up. At this rate, I literally think I want to collect like every card in the game that's a silver. And then from there, just do SBC solution and flips with dupes. Like, we could sell all our silver commons we have. And probably just with these silver commons, nothing else, be at almost 2 million coins liquid. Crazy. You just club stocking? Club stocking and selling. Marquee matchup solutions. Cap? Brother, I'm at almost 6,000 cards in my club right now. What do you mean, cap? What is 6,000 times 300? Have you club stock libs? Almost every single one, yes. And suds. Cynthia, I'm doing fantastic, brother. How are you doing today, man? I actually made 200K recently, finally. I think I'm starting to understand the market. Let's go. What have you been trading with, bud? My thousands of Spanish silver rare stock paid off. What'd you sell them for, Spytex? Is there 6,000 silvers even in the game? There's well over 6,000 silvers in the game. But I said my club, I have over 6,000. I have close to 6,000 cards. Silver common specifically is probably like 4,500 of that. And even that today will probably get to over 5K. We'll have to look at Pale Tools to see the exact number. Paid $12 for 130,000 coins. Am I overpaying? You are going to get banned, brother. That's what's going to happen. Don't put that in chat. EA watches our streams. Remember, I work for EA, guys. You can't be saying stuff like that. I'm gonna... the higher-ups are watching. There's like 12K commons in the game, yeah. Sold about 1,000 silver rare Spanish. Took me a few hours to list them all, but undercut them a little so my stock could sell quickly. Sold for 450 to 1,000. Nice. So they bought a silver this morning for 10K. Boys, apologies. The newest video in our trading playlist, I said I'd link to the BPM server in it. I forgot to put the link until like 45 minutes into the video. So after it was live for 45 minutes, I put a link. So if you guys missed it, the newest video on the channel has the BPM link now. So if you guys want that server, it's there. Discord links are not working for me. Your Discord and the BPM Discord link isn't working. Let me give it a try. Is it a limited time link? I just clicked the link and it took me right to the BPM server, so I'm not sure what's not working for you for that one. Anyone else having issues with it? Can you get a hairline update? Once I get a haircut, you'll get a hairline update. Been training with Marquee matchups, sniping Shadow, Hunter a lot, to be honest. Are you doing golds with Hunters and Shadows, or are you doing special cards? Are you sure my Discord link's not working either? It just took me directly to my server. I just clicked it. It instantly took me. Both are working on my end. Is it a setting thing for you? Do you have like certain settings turned off? Invite invalid. Is it a setting on your end? Do you have it where you... Because I just got into both of them perfectly fine. And everyone else has gotten into both of them perfectly fine. It's been the same link there since forever for my Discord. Well, I have 40k, I started BPM, but I don't know if I'm being an idiot, but I'm losing coins rapidly. Lenny, if you haven't watched our bronze pack method video to understand where the value comes from and how to do it for profit over time, highly recommend you look at our trading playlist that's pinned in chat. We have the video there. We recommend doing it alongside other stuff, though, short term, because you're not losing coins. You're putting value into your club that you're selling on like days like today for marquee matchups to make crazy coins. So if you need other tips too, if you want to spam BPM, our silver video, whether the one from today or the other ones in that playlist, will help you a ton. Never do BPM at the moment on PC. Never do anything on PC, it sounds like. Sounds like you can't do anything on there. Hey, hope you're okay. I just packed Zidane, sold for 3 mil. What should I invest in? W, man. You could probably just do market inflation, fluctuations each week. When people are like selling off their teams after weekend league and stuff. I would recommend club stocking silvers and doing all the low end stuff, but I'm sure if you don't want to spend as much time as we do on low end things, other channels can help you with like the bigger end investments. Fodder's always good if you can get fodder at a good price. I'm not really a fodder guy myself, but tons of content creators promote it. But if you want to make millions off of silvers, club stock your silver commons right now. 150 a piece. Put a few 100,000 in. To be honest, BPM is pretty bad. Clogs up your transfer list. Bad. Pretty good low tier method though. It only clogs up your transfer list if you're doing BPM wrong, in my opinion. BPM will never clog your transfer list if you're doing it in a better way. With trading method working for me, I'll trade and open packs at the same time. Hey, sounds like us with League SBCs. Which, speaking about packs, boys, we have done... Actually, hold on. Let me, I think I need to check my cards. Hello, keep or sell Vialli. How much can you get for him? I follow Jesus. Bum, 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 bum. All right, let me check these up real quick. Flipped a few cards today. Bought Palmer for 489. Sold for 530. Bought Kaká for 1. Sold for 1. Nice, man. I joined the Discord. It works fine for me. What's the money making method right now? Selling on from Marquee Matchups. So Marquee Matchup Solutions. SBC Solutions. All right, dudes. I have 2 drafts that I won for offline. Now, I don't know if this is accurate, but I have found a list. I know I was asking around if anyone knew what the rewards were potentially for offline draft. This might not be 100% accurate, but this is what I found. So this link, I can give it to you guys if you want. It looks like single player draft rewards, if you lose the first round, getting a gold pack and a draft token sounds about right. 1 win, you can get 2 gold packs. Silver pack, 2 wins, jumbo premium. I'm not going to read all these. But as you see here, rewards get better and better. And usually when I win, the low-end rewards, the worst I got was a gold pack and a premium gold pack, so that sounds about right. I usually get the premium gold pack and a gold players pack. But yeah, these look like all the potential rewards for this season. Supposedly they're going to update the rewards each season or as the year goes on. I do have a prime gold players pack from Objectives as well. We've got a jumbo gold pack, gold players pack, small prime gold players pack, and a premium gold pack. So let's go ahead and open those right now and see what we can get in terms of rewards. Can we get anything tradable that's worth a decent amount of coins? Can we pack an insane card? We'll have to wait and see. All right. Well, I guess we'll chuck those up for now. Sunderland kit, let's go. Oh, dude, they're nothing now. What the heck? Dude, I bought Sunderland kits when they were like 5K, man. Unbelievable. Dan Neal revealed in the mini release, Checkfoot Sheriff. That's either insane ball knowledge, awesome moment, or you are trolling me completely right now. And I'm 100% going to fall for it and look. Because I did not see anything before. All right, let me actually just chuck these in the club. So I'll check their prices later. Nothing crazy in there. What are we flipping? Dupe commons for today? I'm selling... I'll explain that in a minute. Let me finish this pack opening. All right, striker. No walkout, though. Oh? 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 Is Alba the new Pina? Can we sell her for like 90K? Nope. Nope. Are all bronzes selling for 200, or are there loads of cards that sell for bad? I'll go over all that in a second. And nothing in here. Can we get any consumables of value? No, but a lot of players. Danish manager. Shadow. Ooh, cold. We'll sell the Shadow for Weekend League. Overall, though, I think that's... Once we sell all the players on and stuff, that's basically probably close to money back. Maybe a little bit of an L. We spent 30K to get all those packs, so we'll see, man. This guy's oohing ass. 0 wins doesn't sound right, LOL, or else you can do infinite drafts. No, it's... Unless I read it wrong. If you purposely lose, you either get a gold pack or you get a draft token. And most of the time you'll get a gold pack. So it'll be an L for that. Alright, what we get? I've been for years. Why does your stream like 1 second behind your face cam and mic? We see the future. It's one of my many difficulties in life. What should I sell the silvers for? I'm flipping low end all dupe silver commons if I'm just chucking it up and not checking price for 250, 300. Most things will sell in the hour for 250. You could get 300 on a ton of stuff too, if you really check. But it depends what your goal is. Chrome issue? Okay, good that you got in though. Are all bronzes selling for 200 or are there loads of cards that sell for a bit? There's a ton of cards that sell for a lot. But not everything sells. Let's take a look real quick. What recently has been up? So as of a minute ago, 1.5K for Engard. Minute ago, Idorano. Singh as of a few minutes ago. Here's a bronze from less than 6 minutes ago. 1.1 for Graf. Alright, so there's a ton we could go through probably. Which bronzes are up? Look at Marquee matchups and SBC solutions. Tons of the same nation are up. You racially discriminated Gertruda? How can I racially discriminate someone I absolutely love? What does that even mean? Gertruda is the homie. Look at this team. Isn't it beautiful? But they are 200? There's a ton that aren't 200. There's a ton that are 1,000 plus right now. There's some that won't sell for 200, and there's some that are 1,000 plus right now. How are we making coins for Marquee matchups? Solutions. Bronzes too? Yes, there's silvers and bronzes as we speak that had very little value before that are now 1,000 plus. I just showed you a few examples. I'll show you a few more right now. Boom. 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 If you guys haven't seen the video from today, that's how you get access to this Discord. That's how you learn about our method. Yeah, pretty straightforward. All right, let's take a look. Do we have any more Belgium cards? I did restock a little bit, so won't be surprised if we got some back in the club. The highest quick sell. Okay, we're out of there. Let's just do a quick check through the Belgium bronzes. See if any of these are an SBC solution. I don't think too many are for bronzes at the moment. Quite a few of these will be able to sell for within the hour for 200 though. Low end if we wanted to get rid of them. Who's the other one? It was the Austrian? SCH. Okay, we don't have the guy from the SBC solution. This guy could be. We'll do 500. We'll do 600 there. They release 5 promo packs every day, but can't release simple Evos. But was it possible to use an extension on web app who shows cards who have spiked in price? I'm not sure about that one. I was going to look at something. What was I going to look at? We're going to look at foot sheriffs, weren't we? The Dan Neal troll. Let's see if it's actually accurate. said Foot Sheriff said Dan Neal is coming in a... I don't believe it. Okay, he was trolling. Hey, had to make sure. So take out this guy claiming he'd done Mbappe SVC for BPM and upgrades, guessing that must be cap. It is extremely possible if you have millions of coins. I still have the deal with you guys. If we get League SBCs by tomorrow, I will do Mbappe. When are Sunderland watch-alongs coming? We do Sunderland watch-along every single week on OnlyFans. Exclamation mark OnlyFans in chat. We stream more than just the game. Every time Sunderland concedes a goal, I have to take off a sock. Yeah, guys, if you haven't started club stocking silvers, I highly recommend you start using some of our silver methods and get your club as stocked as possible. Commons, rares, metas, top leagues, off leagues. Once the Silver Cup starts, there are going to be things flying off the wall. People are going to overbuy stuff. Lazy list is going to get even more insane. There's probably going to be bonus objectives for random stuff. There's going to be new cards probably coming out that can fit, that then people will want to link in their team. So if you want to sit on like the Prem and start sniping Prem, Silver, Rares, and Commons at cheap prices, that'd probably be worth it. Top 5 leagues you can do that for. A lot of championship cards will be nice. I'm biased, but Sunderland, people will spend like crazy on Sunderland. People will get to Evo their favorite cards, so some stat upgrades will come. People will spend a lot. Last time we had a silver-based one for Striker. I know both strikers on Sunderland went to 10K. Mayenda and Isidore. I know we had a lot of other silver strikers go to 5K plus. What day is the Silver Cup next week? I thought it was 2 weeks away. Is it really next week already? I thought we still had like a week and a half. The objective should show you how long until it starts. Or if you click on the tournament, it'll tell you how long until it opens. I can look at it real quick. Live events. 9 days, 19 hours. And you need at least one World Tour Silver Superstar player item. Are those the icons? Is that the name of the icons? Yeah. So if someone doesn't have these yet, think about this from this perspective. How many people do you think are not going to have these completed, but rush to try to get some of them done? If we go to the ones we have done, this one's possible, so I feel like investing in Brazilian silvers would be extremely easy. This one was easy. This is just what? Minimum of silver players, 3. So silvers in general are going to be bought extensively. Steve, what's up, bud? Any questions with that? Or does that make sense? How have I done all those? I haven't. I've done like 2 of them. Thought you were a menu merchant? Brother, do you not believe me when I say I play over 1,000 games every single year? Or do you think I'm capping? Go to bed. Sucks to be in a different time zone. Really like the streams. Often rewatch full live streams. Where are you from again, Predict? You're not the Australia guy, are you? Because it'd be like early morning. But good night, buddy. Yeah, sorry, man. Belgium? Yeah, weekends we go live earlier usually, so... Sadly, this is the earliest I can go live during the week, so... Apologies. All silvers were up. You could sell basically everything for 300 plus. A bunch of marquee matchup solutions then and now still going for 1,000 plus. Right now, in terms of tradable packs, there's a ton of silver supply. So there are things that actively go for 500 plus that you could probably win on bid for 150 easily. So what I'm doing is I'm just spam bidding, club stocking everything, flipping these for 250. I'm probably missing out on a ton of coins on a lot of these cards, but I just want to keep my transfer list moving as much as possible. And then I go into my club with SBC solutions and find the cards that are up. Again and again and again and again. Pull me out in the mess I was in. Goodbye yesterday. It's time to go all in. Yeah, you're very smart. By getting all the silver icons, links, silvers, and the method. Thank you, King. You probably PC that might actually res the market a little bit. So that might be helpful, both leading up to and when it's out. Because what? Those don't go away once it starts. There's still more time for you to get them, I'm assuming, right? No worries. Have a good stream. All right, see you, brother. Glad you're able to get into the Discord, Ben. Silver supply is bad. There was a ton of silver supply today. But transferred onto the PC market, there's probably 5 cards added. It's time to cook. Yes, sir. Like I said, if you're not having many cards on your transfer list right now, compare price on every single one you list. But if you're trying to get quicker sales and keep your transfer list moving, like I am with mass bidding and flipping duplicates, I'm just flipping dupes for 250. So many more 10K silvers incoming. It's time to cook. All right. Oh, more bronzes. Let's take a look at MLS real quick. We're going to go through the Argentinian League as well. I feel like there's been a lot of Argentinian leagues used for SBC solutions. So I'll look at MLS. I'll see if they have that guy real quick. MLS. Highest quick sell. I do not have him. Do I have the Sweden guy, though? $64 rated. Is he a common? Don't have him. Another Austrian guy, it looks like. 63. What's his name? Strasberg. I don't have him either. I'm not paid to promote this. This is a free to join server. I make zero money from it. It's just literally to help you guys out. Where's the Argentinian league? Link to the server, newest video on the channel. It's in the description of that. How much are Norway managers? I bought one for 150 coins. I have no idea. I got a few potentially in the club. Well, let me look at managers through here. They're 200. All done for the 20 coins profit. There's some freaks in there. I thought you were bad. Freaks in what sense? Don't have them either. $11K plus players in the club? Jeez. Really? Married to the grind. I need to up my numbers, man. I'm slacking. I think I'm now officially top 100 in the world again, but I'm no longer top 25. That might have been my peak. I don't even know. Is it even possible to get top 10 in the world right now? Or is it mainly bots? Mub was married to the grind. I saw him play EAFC for 10 hours yesterday. That is fake news. My PlayStation stays on most of the day, but I'm not actively on it. So when you see the numbers at the end of the year, when I show off throughout the year too, how much quote-unquote playtime the app has, it's because my PlayStation usually just stays on. So that server's top 10 in the world. Yo, what's good? What's good, brother? How we doing today? Yo, if you guys are enjoying the stream, do me a favor. Smack that like button, dudes. We're going to be grinding for a while today. Club stocking, flipping dupes, SBC solution trading, selling some investments. Yeah. Any certain silvers that are up that I should check my club? Yes. If you go to the newest video on our channel from today, the first link in there will take you to the BPM server where you can see, and by BPM, BPM's a guy, all the SBC solution players in real time, what they're going for. Some dude just made 2.5k in a silver. Ferro, Ferro, Portuguese center back, 68 rated, silver common. We're going to check them once this loads. But yeah, Marquee Matchups cards, those are slowly going down in price. But if you have any of the Marquee Matchups nations, you can compare price on all those to see if any are going for SBC solution. Most should give you a guaranteed value, though. Bronzes, a bunch are up today. There's dudes in that Discord that are selling like 100 plus bronzes for hundreds upon hundreds of coins, which is crazy, man. You're 91st in the world right now? Let's go. That's what we call progress, boys. I'm going to be back. I'm going to go top 10. Screw top 25. I'm going to go top 10 again. Think I can do it? I do not have Pharaoh. See, now the hard thing is I have a bunch of cards that I picked up for 150 that I could sell for 300 to 400. But I'm now just like sitting on them. The thing is, are these screenshots just individualistic? Surely these don't constantly sell for that value every time. Also, people in Discord will just copy the player on the market. Increase in supply. So the way that server works is the same way it works in stream. When we run into an SBC solution that we look up and we see what players are being used, those players get bought. So their price is up. You might see a dude sells a guy on for 3K. And if he was one of the first ones to sell it on, by the time you get to it, it might actually be worth way more than that. It might actually be worth closer to 5K. Then as more people look in their club to see if they have it, they'll start selling and undercutting each other. You might only get 2K for it or 1K, but it's still way up from the 150 you invested in. Does that make sense? But if they're showing you a screenshot of in the moment, it's because it's currently an SBC solution card. That Bork just went for an SBC solution. W explanation. Marquee matchups rewards were so bad. Guy that sold Pharaoh is second in the world for club value. Dang, dude, some ballers in there. How many players can you bid before you get bid banned? It's not an exact number. You can hit an unassigned limit, which is usually 150 plus. But you can hit unlimited unassigned by pulling a club card off your objectives or a player pick. But in terms of pacing, you could get banned in a few minutes of bidding, or it could take hours before you get bid banned. Cledsocking silvers and praying everyone is rising at some point. I mean, if you're winning them for 150 right now, you can sell a bulk of them for 250 to 300 and double your coins within the hour as we speak. So it's a surefire way to make coins. But if you're club stocking everything, you are bound to have SBC solution cards. That's just the name of the game. And the more you do it, the more cards you have. That's the beauty. So like right now, one of the issues I'm running into is all these SBC solutions I'm looking at. I sold off so many cards earlier that I had in my club that I have to restock so many to get a lot of those guys to pop back up. Struggling to buy 150 but buying for 200. I would be very hesitant to buy for 200 right now. Ask yourself the question, are you getting outbid on the card or is someone beating you to the card? Like you'll see here, I might not be able to bid on a card because someone quickly bid 150 before me. But if someone's actively bidding 200 to 250, check to make sure it's not an individual card that had more value versus that's what the market's going for. Because there's things that don't even sell for 250 at the end of the hour. And if you're getting everything in your club right now for 200, although it's still a good price to invest in terms of flips, you're missing out on a good percentage of coins. And if you're going to do 200, I would just go to sniping instead of bidding. I would snipe for 200. The best nations you can get, the best leagues you can get, and club stock that way. Still selling for 300, 350 per card. Fair enough. Yeah, if it's working, it's working. Yeah, we won almost every single one of those in that group, so it's still possible for sure. Are solution cards good on PC as well? It's probably the best the PC market has to offer, would be my guess. You're going to have limited supply as is, so SBC solutions will be nice. The only other difference is you're going to have a limited amount of buyers as well, because that's just the nature of having less people on your game. Mumbo, who is the most underrated player in the Prem? Let's see the American ball knowledge. Most underrated player in the Prem? Noah Siddiqui. Covers every inch of the pitch. Is crucial to a pressing team. Can play every side of the midfield, whether that's defensively, whether that's physicality, whether that's outpacing, whether that's dribbling. Has a good shot on him. He is basically the regen of Conte. And it would not be surprising to me if he went for 50 to 80 mil to one of the top 6 Premier League teams in the next year. Started to enjoy menu grinding streamers and trading streamers more than gameplay streamers. Before I used to watch Boris a lot. His content is so boring, just gameplay, gameplay, gameplay. Which is funny you say that, because I get the complaint from the other direction. Mumbo, why don't you ever play more games on stream? It's so boring here, seeing you watch making millions of coins every year. Don't you want to use those coins, actually? I do. I do play the games, but guess what? Those sweaty rats. Not enjoyable to play them. As much as I'd love to get bent over every single Foot Champs game against my Sunderland team. Or my first owner meta team. I'll win some, but then I will get absolutely thrown back by the gameplay equivalent to our menu grind. There's always those people. Yeah, just you guys wait until... If you think these streams are chill, wait till League SBCs come out. It becomes a whole nother level of chill. We make even more coins. We open even more packs. Grind even more SBCs. Rush is the worst mode ever to exist. Only play for objectives. How much XP are you guys on? SP currently. I'm on 16k and I feel like I'm falling behind. I need to do some other game modes this week. Moment some guy looked over my shoulder and saw me watching you. We are now happily married. Hey, what can I say? Love is in the air when you watch the streams. Back in the day when we used to play Call of Duty, completely random fun fact, we had a series called Black Ops 3 and Chill, where literally the premise was just chill vibes, and we'd play multiplayer Black Ops 3 with subscribers, and we would just do like open mic, we'd chill, we'd just dominate, and people would just watch the streams, and then some people would come in and be like, yo, can I join? We'd be like, yeah, join up. And then people would, I guess, watch with their significant other, and it would lead to some potential children. Don't understand the appeal, but I guess it's there. Got 30k at the moment? Nice. You probably turn that into 100k today. Hope League SBCs work good on PC too. I kind of regret buying PC. Got Ultimate Edition for only 55. Nice. It will work nice on PC. It'll also help with just the general market as well, giving it a little bit more value. I will say, the issue you'll run into a lot of the times is still, something can have value, but people actively have to buy it. And if on opening week there was less than 1 million cards already listed on the market, I can't imagine what this game will look like after like a Team of the Year or when it's during a dead promo. Haven't watched much Siddiqui. All I know, Roofs and Xhaka are borderline world class. I think most underrated is Kamara. Kamara's pretty good. Roofs, I don't think is underrated though, because that was your initial question, right? The most underrated. I think most people didn't know who Roofs was, but I don't think people are underrating him. If anything, I think people are giving him the highest of praises, and that scares me because they're going to turn him into this idol that he possibly can't live up to. Oh, 30k. Gotcha. How do you have 30k already? Dude, what am I doing wrong? Oh, these reset. Sweet. Okay, I can do all these. Sick. Yeah, so if you guys get a full transfer list and you're looking for something else to do for gameplay, you can just go into different game modes. I have a Sunderland manager mode going on right now where I just buy X amount of players at said price to get an objective completed. AFK sit a lot of games. We all crap while watching Mumbo? Oh, I don't think that's an accurate statement. Bought for 42. First got scammed. Got the money back. Just made me miss out on the icon. But I don't care that much about the icon. What'd you buy through to get scammed? EAFC Career Mode is one of the worst game modes ever released. I extremely disagree. As someone who loves the simplicity of Career Mode versus the over-the-topness to Football Manager, I like that kind of in-between where it's like I feel comfortable on a Career Mode, and I know if I spent more time on it, it would make me like Football Manager more and more. So I feel like it's crucial to get people into Football Manager. Because, like, if you try to get people into Football Manager right off of something like Ultimate Team, that's going to be a very hard leap. Yeah, dude, I don't think I've had a single teammate yet that I've played Rush with that has used his hands on the remote or on the controller. I think most people have been playing with their feet or sitting AFK. Manager live objectives is one of the worst things I've seen. So boring and broken. I think I attempted to do them. I think I attempted to do them last time. And it wasn't registering. It asked me to do something. I got it. And I was like, alright, this is stupid. Or it'd be like, oh, win a Champions League. So it's like, okay, so I have to finish here. Got to do this. Got to sim the season. I start with a new club. The standard manager and the standard player is nice because it's like, oh, you just need me to play X amount of games? Sweet. XP. And you can set AFK and trade at the same time because you're not logged into Ultimate Team. So I'll just get bids in. Check things. Always opt to play with the defenders on rush with randoms. Otherwise, yeah, I like playing defensively. I'll usually take a defensive mid and just run town. I usually still score quite a bit too, which is nice. All right, we got some more popping up. Looks like more Danish cards. Value high to low. Taj. Oh, a lot of them right now. We're going to start low. Sormo. 65 rated. The little mustache. We do not have him. Tajay. 66 rated center back. Do not have him. 68 rated center back. Ali Same. Don't have him. We literally had none of those guys. That's stupid. Yo, dude, what are those guys' eyes? Oh, yeah, you're right. I am looking at the wrong country. I'm colorblind, brother. That's my excuse. You can say I'm American. That's true. But I'm colorblind, so I struggle with flags greatly. What do we got? Sormo, no. You have the Tajay? We do have the Tajay. Gold, gold, gold. Do we have the Alisami? We do not have Alisami. End stream. What if I how can I play it off? Guys, I'm rage baiting you. I'm clip farming. You may remember me. If not, I was the guy asking for the bronze or silver method the other day. Thank you for all your suggestions. Hey, welcome back, brother. How's it going so far? Making coins? Guys, cut me some slack. I'm an American who's colorblind, so I don't know the color of any flag. It's hard for me to tell the color of any flag. I also have horrible vision, so for me to see the exact little dots on the flags, even from this close, is hard. And I'm actively looking at 5 different screens as we do this. What silver should I stock? Yes. Everything. Any silver common you can get for 150, chuck it all in your club right now. You can basically double your coins on most things at the moment. If you list it for 250, 300. But in terms of SBC solutions for daily SBCs, tons of stuff. Tons of stuff. You can look at marquee matchups for things that might have a little bit more low-end value. It's going very well with the silver method until the hacked me and robbed me of everything. My brother was making too many coins from silvers. They held him at gunpoint. How did that happen to him? Oh, they have a lib as an SBC solution. No, thank you. Not putting libs in. But I don't know, with all the coins you invest $1 million to fodder, they are guaranteed to go up. Obviously, I wouldn't do. I know it's all icon SBCs, but it's still a very valuable method when high liquid. See, my thing is this. I'm fine making fodder moves, and I should probably learn that market a little bit more and go in on fodder, at least in my club. My issue is when people go unassigned on it or fill their transfer list with it. I physically, with the kind of content I do, I can't. I have to constantly have other stuff going. I'm opening packs. I'm recording videos. But also, too, just like as plain as possible, I'm going to say something. I don't mean this as any disrespect. But these low-end methods are really good, don't get me wrong. And if you're new to trading, it's easy to get into this market. But the second I go over anything worth like 100,000 coins, you lose like everybody. And the ones that have the coins already know how to make coins. there's much more of a market and a need for kind of lower end stuff that you can scale and then learn the other things over time. But it's like, how many people would come into the stream, do you think, and ask like for help on what we're doing if I'm flipping 2 million coin icons? You know, I know that's not what you're saying, but in general, it just limits the whole kind of market. And that's the nice thing about League SBCs is like League SBCs is an unlimited way to make packs. We show you how to do it with any amount of coins. You can do it once a day, once a week, 5 times a day, 50 times a week. We show you kind of like with any amount how to not be left out. For you, how much time could I gain 30K at the start of 2K? You could probably turn that 2K into 30K by the end of the stream. I just keep flipping silver commons. I'd snipe some. I'd look at some SBC solutions. But right now, a majority of cards you can pick up for 150, you can flip for 250. So if you just did that non-stop, you'd very quickly fill your transfer list. No, you'd want to make sure the ones you're buying for 150 sell quicker within the hour, because a lot of them will go to the end of the hour. But you can easily find a filter for that. How much have you invested in these silvers at this point? I don't go off of coins. I go off of players. We have almost 6,000 players in our club. And I believe over 4,000 of those are silver commons. The reason I say I don't do coins is it's hard to determine a liquidity. Like, I can do a market low. Like, if things got to 250 within the hour, everything, I did 250 times, like, 4K. I could get, like, an average price on the low end. But usually if we're mass bidding 150, if we're selling at 300 plus, how do we determine the value in our club? Do we automatically double the value from what I bid versus what I sell? Is that what we consider coins? Do I consider the SBC solutions? If I sell 25 to 50 cards a day for over 1,000 coins, do we consider that part of it? I don't know necessarily how to consider it. Bronze rares. If I have over 1,000 bronze rares, and a lot aren't going for 200 right now, but some SBC solutions are like 2K, 3K. Or if we have an icon SBC come out, they'll usually go to like 300 plus. How do we calculate that? It's difficult. My calculation I do to get an idea of how much we have in our club is if I'm pretty heavily invested in all 3 areas, golds, silvers, and bronzes, I'll just calculate it times 300 because I know I'm selling things for way more than 300. But low end, the lowest I'm selling something is 200. So I make it extremely conservative. And I say like 6,000 times 300. Not to mention like all the flips too. Like how do we calculate these? All the dupes we're getting that we could essentially double our coins on as well. Why do players go into matchmaking and then not do anything at the kit selection? They're probably looking at the latency. And then if they're not happy with it, leave. Yeah, EA Assistance is horrible. It's dog water. Ooh, more cards coming. 1 second. Do we have a Bonnell? We do not. How long would you say you've been doing it, or you're getting mostly dupes? It doesn't take long to get dupes, in my opinion. If you go through a certain league or through a certain nation or position, you can get them even faster. Reason I say it doesn't take long is because if we're bidding 150 theoretically, and we can sell a lot of these for 250, 300. Let's use 300 to make it easy. Let's say we're doubling our coins on each one. Every card that I pick up, we could double the amount of cards I could get next time. So if I could only afford one card, I can now afford two. 2 becomes 4, 4 becomes 8, 8 becomes 16. So even if I don't store everything, the amount that I can pick up gets easier and easier over time. And then two, think about it from a selling perspective. If we're getting so many dupes, not only are we flipping so many dupes for even more coins that we can then reinvest in more cards in our club, all the SBC solutions that we end up selling, if we get 1,000 plus, 2,000 plus, 3,000 plus, 4,000 plus, all that goes either into more liquid coins or into more reinvestments of more silvers. So it's just never ending. I'll usually, even if I'm doing a heavy sell-off, it's usually followed by a period of buying. Like today, I probably sold 300 plus cards. And I probably put another 600 plus back in my club from the coins we made from that. Icon Max 87 is definitely next week. SBC probably won't be coming for ages. Fodder will probably drop heavy during content tomorrow. It'll be a good time to invest. I need to look more into fodder market. I just don't pay enough attention to it. Your solutions are on Footbin. I need to get on PC market, as you said. You have Footbin solutions, and then you have a lot of people who look at the Footbin solutions and take screenshots of the players they sold and put it into Discords. If you look at the newest video on our channel, we link you to the exact place you can find all those players very quickly. If you're ever struggling. But club stocking makes all that even easier too, right? If you're basically club stocking every single nation, every single league, you're not discriminating, you're picking up everything, your club is full as possible. When it comes to checking if a card's in your club, you're going to have a lot more of them. Versus you have like 100 in there, the chances that you get like a check 72 goalkeeper randomly, probably not as easy. My club stock, but silvers rarely sell for 200. I'd be very curious to see how PC market works with your SBC solutions. You should look up one right now. You should go to Footbin, find an SBC solution for PC that's the cheapest for marquee matchups, one of the teams, from 5 to 10 minutes ago. And then you should check those cards on the market to see how much they go for. Might be risky. It's only risky in terms of if you're putting all your coins in it and waiting for them to go up in price for the bottom market or SBC solutions. If you're already making coins somewhere else and you're slowly just adding things to your club, anytime you sell a few of those cards, it pays for the other ones you put in. So it'd be very minimal risk. You just wouldn't be completely liquid. And it wouldn't be very easy to get out of. It'd be like a 30-year mortgage. You're kind of tied down. But again, mix that with League SBCs, you're cooking. Can look on Companion what player you want me to search up. You got to do the research for PC. I don't know what your PC solution would be. You got to go to Footbin and look that up yourself, buddy. Then from that, see the players in there, and then look up the player. Are they different? Is what different? I'm confused on what you're confused about. Are PC players different than PlayStation? I'm saying you need to be the one to actively look at Footbin right now. Look at what it says the PC price is, because it'll show you the PC price and if it's starting to rise. But also you can get an idea from there, the process of looking up an SBC solution, how long ago it was, the players in there and searching up the players. You got to do the process. It will show you all market prices on the same thing. It might not be the cheapest for PC because your prices are a little different, or it might be cheaper on PC than PlayStation. But in terms of doing that actual process, you have to go through it yourself to understand it. I can't do it for you. Yeah, the solutions on Flippin are typically universal. If the player exists in PlayStation and Xbox, it will exist on PC. But again, the prices on stuff might differ. But the way of looking it up is the same. Back Marmouche and Kunde? Nice. Give 2 rewards, didn't get a single walkout. Ripperoni. This picture is killing me right now. I don't know if I can mentally recover. What picture? You know what I can't wait for? I can't wait for the first person to say, Mumbo, my cards aren't selling for $250. Should I list them for $200? Mumbo, my cards aren't selling quick for $200. What should I do? Mumbo, my cards are expiring within the hour and they're not going for $200. What's the move? We are in the beautiful market if that happens. When do you think League SBCs will come out? Last year we had them in the second to last week of October, so I would assume probably the same thing this time. Nielsen. 1 second. Dang it. We do not have Nielsen. Put it in your general chat. Oh, what do you got? GG, buddy. Hope you enjoyed this FC. We'll see you next year. I feel like everyone's accidentally bought a card for 10K at one point. Who cares? It's just 10K? It's just 10K, that's one thing. But if EA decides to ban him for coin selling off of that mistake, that would be tragic. But they've done it in the past, so. That's the fear. Not that he lost 10K. The fear is hopefully they don't ban you for it. Can you market check PC real quick? How many live transfers are on PC market right now? PlayStation and Xbox, we have 6,457,000. They won't ban you for a one-off? Yeah, you'd probably have to do it pretty often, but still, it's the thought that's scary. Like, I know I get nervous anytime I have a silver that's extinct. I very rarely sell something at an extinct price. I always undercut it. Because I don't want to 500 to 800 coin difference separate me losing out on a few hundred coins versus losing out on tens of millions throughout the year. 743,000. There's less than 800K? Yikes, dude. You know what would probably work really well? I'm going to do this method a lot, and I'll tell you guys in advance. We had a strategic method for doing League SBCs last year that we learned just by how much of a degenerate I was with League SBCs. I would do them some evenings for like 8 hours. No joke. And what I noticed was as UK went to bed, not only was there less cards on the market, if I was buying the same cards over and over, usually they went up in price. So what this led to would be me buying out in bulk like 15 runs of League SBCs, both from the golds, the Live Inside Silvers, the League One Eredivisie, so on and so forth. Use a ton at cheap prices during the day, and then whatever I didn't use by the time the evening ran around, I would sell most things at a huge premium. So I bet there's going to be a lot of League SBC cards that you people on PC, if you're picking up more UK friendly times, as UK starts going to bed, if there's already such limited supply, and there's a bunch of Americans doing League SBCs, you could probably sell your silver libs, silver suds, your gold libs, your gold suds, all that stuff at an extreme premium. If you can do that on a day-to-day basis, a week-to-week basis, probably make millions of coins just off of that alone. We made $1 million plus in a week just flipping Acuna Ledesmas and Cortezes in bulk. Can you link the Discord? You didn't stream the yesterday? Yep, it's the, if you look at the newest video on the channel, it's the first link in there. Cheers, thank you. No problem, bud. But speaking of Discords, if you guys do want something outside of that, my Discord or the free bronze Discord that I'm telling you guys about, I am a part of a Discord with top 100 traders. If you guys want to be a part of that one, it's the first link in the description. Shout out to Mark Foot Trading. How's today going? Really well, man. We are club stocking so much. Looks like the 250 price is starting to slow down a little bit, which is really nice because it means that we can continue to win 150 bids. And if the market stays kind of in this place, we'll be able to pick up basically all the remaining silvers. When are League SBCs coming? Last year we got them like October 24th or something like that. So if you think it's going to be around the same time, probably around then. There's so many SBCs out right now where I don't know where EA thinks we're getting fodder from. Like you can only grind so much with BPM and the repeatables that are out. Rewards can only give you so much. If I was EA, I'd give us League SBCs already. Winning silvers for 150, should I just stock my club? Absolutely. Then you can make 100 plus per card. Minimum on most things right now. If you get dupes, it just might take a little bit of time to sell now because prices keep dropping with the supply and everyone relisting. And again, this is the best problem to have because we're going to hit a time in the next week where every silver is basically 300 plus and people are like, I can't win anything. Should I start bidding 250? 300? Surely with trading stuff, though, once the notification goes out that something's going to rise, it's too late. Everyone rushes to buy. Depends on what specifically you're talking about. If you're talking about our SBC solution. We don't actually trade with SBC solution cards. It's us selling what Footbin says is up through the SBC solutions and screenshots that people are posting of what in the moment has value. We're not buying anything. It's all cards we have. So that's more of investing than it is trading. But if you're talking about the top 100 trading Discord, that operates a little bit different. They'll usually call things out as they're doing it. And yeah, if you get a certain amount of people doing something, it probably fluctuates the market a little bit. But fodder's a perfect example. If someone, one of the top 100 traders tells you, hey, I would get fodder under this price, surely there's going to be people that buy it a little above that price because they want to make sure they can get it. But that's not up to the people at that point. It's up to the individual of what they want to buy it at. But it's that rather than just specific individual players. There are like individual player ones that they'll recommend. But it's mainly more of like something's going out of packs. Realistically, X will rise in price. Kind of like I would say I do it. It's teaching you how to do it while showing you. Rather than just blindly get it at this. It's like, hey, XYZ might be coming out. This might increase prices. Therefore, I'm going for this. Just paid for their service. Top 100 trading Discord. Not sure I understand it. I don't see many announcements, etc. Oh, never mind. If you just joined, first of all, thank you. It gives me commission, so I appreciate it. But also, too, it should link you to the Discord now, and you'll have access to all of it. Yeah. These traders are just money hungry anyway. The thing I respect with you, Mr. Reed, is you give your audience universal method. Most traders, especially on Twitter, give you more specific examples too. I agree and disagree to a certain extent. Obviously, there's people that milk everything. But also, too, you got to understand it from a content creator's perspective. There's a benefit. Like we just talked about this before. I enjoy doing low-end stuff, so that's one thing. It also helps that it benefits you guys. But I also profit off of this, right? I make videos that get ads. I get streams that get people in it. You'll have people that'll super chat. You'll have people that become a member. Like, I'm making money off of it. Don't get me wrong. Like, there's monetary value to it. If 0 people watched, if 0 people wanted the methods, I'd probably lose some motivation. I mean, look over the years. We've been doing this for how long? I've been making content for like 10 plus years. Would it have been easier to potentially do some scummy things? Sure. But if you ask people what's scummy, people have a range. I mean, think about our community. For the longest time, we ran a RTG where it was no money spent. And not only that, I would actively say, not only is it not worth it to buy FIFA points, it's not worth risking buying FIFA coins because you could get banned. Therefore, I made the moral decision I'm not going to accept a coin sponsorship because of the content I was creating. At the time, that was very lucrative in terms of the deals you could get. But now it's like coin sponsorships will come up. The content I do is a little bit different. If I want to do a coin sponsorship, probably not going to make much from it, but I'm not necessarily opposed to taking one. I don't want that being seen as like, oh, Mumbo changed up. I mean, technically, yeah, the content I did changed up, so therefore opportunities like that could change, but most things are more nuanced than people make it out. I will say though, Twitter is one of those environments where if you are trying to get stuff for free on Twitter, you're going to get milked. That's just the way it is. You're going to reply to tweets to boost their engagement. It's going to get them more people to buy their Discord server. It's just the way it is. I'm still unsure of the trend of silver common prices. Do they usually rise at similar times every week and dip similar times of the week? Oh, man, if you go into the playlist that's pinned in chat, brother, we have a bunch of silver videos in there already where we kind of explain the whole market as a whole, daily SBCs. If you look at our one today, the video we uploaded today, it's going to be a perfect example to give you more context to that, brother. But very short. If you can win them for 150, it's the most sound investment in the world. These traders already got their investment, tell their audience what to buy, make profits, showing how good the traders are. Oh, we're talking about two different things completely. You're talking about the people who literally just buy leaks and then force a player up in price and then tell people about it. We're talking about two completely different things. I'm talking about people who, like, really knowledgeable on the market, know how to make coins, and try to teach other people. Yeah, we're not talking about the same thing. My bad. Would it have been easier to stay with Manscaped? For sure. They should have given a return offer. Dude, that Manscaped ad, that whole, like, business, when they sent the email, I don't know. So if you guys are new to the channel, there was a round of content creators. It must have been 2 years ago at this point. Something like that. Where Manscaped was trying to break into the gaming space. And they went to a ton of FIFA content creators. And I was one of them. And, like, you know, sometimes when, like, you try to work with a brand, or you'll see a content creator work with a brand, and it just doesn't match. Like, we kind of took that, and we're like, you know what? We don't get money from this. They're going to send us a bunch of free product. We got, like, $200 to $300 worth of free stuff to promote. I, like, was emailing them back and forth. We're like, what are the expectations? They kind of set out, like, if you get X amount, we could potentially work a deal out in the future. Basically, their premise was they wanted to give a bunch of free stuff to FIFA people. The ones that sold things well, they'd continue working with. And the people that didn't sell well, me, because our audience is completely not that, you just don't work with. So, we made an ad. And we played it on stream, and it was literally one of those where it's like, hey, ad time, boom. What is a menu grinder promoting shaving your balls? I think we did a thing where we're like, something about touching grass. Gosh, I need to find that video. Did we try out the product on stream? Yeah, that's what started us on OnlyFans, man. We did our first OnlyFans video. Doing a live try and haul of Manscaped products and then trying the products out. But no, that was a very funny time. You know what I would love to work with? I would love to work with one of those footballing kit companies. That'd be amazing. What an ad. Incredible. Saw an Alvarez investment, this massive account. They probably already invested in hundreds of thousands before posting it. Yeah. But again, that's another thing too. Those things, that's true in like any market. Think of like stocks. Think of cryptocurrency. How many content creators do you know start a crypto, tell everyone they should buy this crypto, and then they rug pull the crypto and get out of basically all of it themselves? Do you think League SBCs will be the same as last year? Knowing EA, they really don't like changing things much, so I would assume it'd be very copy and paste. The only difference is we don't have Acuna, Ledesma, and Cotes to get the higher rated golds again this year. So if they keep the rating at 73 or whatever it was at before, it's going to be very difficult to get that rating with the golds available on the teams, which is probably going to cause silver commons and silver rares to go even more up in price, which for me, I'll make $1 million+ coins from that investment anyways. If they make it the same requirements, I infinitely benefit from it. But if they make it a little lower rated and prices don't rise as much, I'll still probably make at least 800,000. And it'll just be cheaper to do League SBCs throughout the year. Think young stockbrokers should start learning via the transfer? Dude, I started learning about investments through FIFA. Literally, one of my buddies, I was telling him how I'm making coins on FIFA. This was years ago. This was back in like 2019. He's like, you're spending all this time learning like the FIFA market. Why don't you learn like the actual stock market and make money off of that? And I was like, oh, good idea. Let me do that. So now I make money in both. Stocks and coins. What would silvers be? The equivalent of penny stocks? No. Because penny stocks are a gamble. This isn't really a gamble. This is like buying the S&P 500. We're buying from every industry, every size of company. We win in the long end. Penny stocks are BPM? True. Dude, honestly, that's probably a really good analogy. Do you know how long after they come out you should sell? Yep, if you watch our video from today, we go over kind of exact sell times, what to look for, places to look. But you can technically, there's always SBC solutions. There's things that like even hours from now might be 4,000 plus coins from an SBC that came out today, or even an SBC that came out a few days ago. But I'd say a majority of the best times to sell are within 20-30 minutes of an SBC releasing. That's when things really start rising. Can we just transfer this channel into stockbroking learning in a FIFA context? We'll do analogies a lot. We'll always, whenever we talk about anything in life, we always bring it back to FIFA. I mean, literally, I call silvers my dividends. My silvers pay me dividends, right? The stock's profitable. It gives money back to the shareholders. That's literally what our silvers are. We buy them in bulk. We store them in the club. And the return from already having the stock is we get more stock. And we get to make money off of it. And then we keep the one in the club. So we're not technically selling the stock we have. It's just bonus. Big, what's up, buddy? Exactly. My girlfriend is like FC 25. I'm still looking for my next girl to be FIFA 17. Bro, don't bring up FIFA 17 around here, man. Dude, I miss her so much. Where is she? Where's my queen? The one that brought me back. Where is she? Such a good game, man. Do you know what he means? Yes, I know what he means. He means he doesn't want a 25-year-old woman. He wants a 17-year-old instead. Hey, yo! That is not what he meant. Hey, yo! Wobble! Good try, though, dude. I remember in 2017 or something during that Scream promo when they made daily SBCs a club that had spooky stuff on the badge. Like one club for second Spanish league at a that it was required. Dude, I still have memories of me being in my college dining hall on the companion app during Scream promo. Making coins on SBCs, checking my phone. What silver should I buy and how much you make on each? If you take a look at our trading playlist in chat, buddy, it'll link you to a bunch of silver videos that we have in there. Highly recommend the one today to see kind of SBC solution of how the investing makes us millions of coins a year. And then I'd watch the trading one, how to make unlimited coins on silver commons. Kind of gives you a better overall view of what prices of things are, how to check for prices, how to make coins on them at any time in the market. Explain the Mendy situation. Very easy. A few years ago, we saw Mendy was a decent price. I won an open bid, made a few thousand coins on the open bid, and said, you know what? I could probably do this in bulk. Started winning a bunch in bulk. I'm like, guys, I'm just printing coins right now. Little did I know, I checked his buy now a minute before a big store pack came out that was tradable. So when I checked his buy now, it was high, and we were winning bids of him even lower. And I'm thinking I'm in the money, and I'm getting a ton at this point. We were picking up card after card after card. I'm thinking I won the lottery. And then I start comparing price, and I look at the buy now. Keeps dropping and dropping and dropping. I'm like, you know what? Let me undercut a little bit. We'll lose a little bit of coins, but we're good. And that's what happened. We started losing a little bit of coins. But then the undercuts didn't start selling. I'm like, we listed a little bit lower. A few started selling, but then the undercuts of the undercuts didn't work. I'm like, dude, I got like 100 more Mendys. So I'm going to undercut, the undercut. I just want to get out of them. And that's what we did. We lost like 500K. What initially made us like 200K lost us way more. Silvers are your dividends while Mendy is your financial institution. No, wait. True. Mendy is our housing market. SBCs were different in FIFA 17. Dude, SBC solutions back in the day, SBCs in general, just the whole market, the menus, everything was so good, man. Do you guys remember? I think it was it FIFA 18? It was one of my favorite SBCs of all time. I can't remember what game it was in. We had an unlimited repeatable SBC where you could put in a bronze, a silver, and a common. And in return for those 3 cards, you'd get a tradable bronze, silver, or common. And it went crazy. We made so many coins off of that. We just would spam BPM. And then we get a bunch of tradable cards. We got some informs out of it. Got a few walkouts. Benrahma just got arrested a few days ago. Really? Should we go all in because of the hype? Brother. Now explain the Benjamin Mendy situation. No clue about that one, buddy. Only know about Furland. It was in FIFA 19? Wobble, what was your favorite one? Wasn't there like a 75 times 5? I know there was like an 82 times, or 82 to 87 or something that was really nice too. But there was like one where you could put in like all silvers or something. Silvers and golds. He was accused of grape years ago. No, I was saying as a joke, like I'm not speaking on it or saying I know about it because you were making it sound like tell us about that situation, making it sound like it was me. Club stock so many silvers. I'm down to 7,181 coins. Nice. How many silvers do you think you put in your club? Have they, speaking of Mason Greenwood, have they given Mason Greenwood a promo card since he's been back that's not been performance-based? I'm trying to think about it. Have they? Did they give him rule breakers or something? That would be the most fitting one. They give him a rule breakers, and it's like all negative stats. I was terrible at grinding them, but the pack weight was so good. Used to snipe bronze informs in old FIFAs when they had a min price lower than 10K. Funny you mentioned that. Marco, I'm going to take a wild shot in the dark. I'm going to say something real quick. Did you or anybody else this past 2 days get recommended a Road to Shaw video from 13 years ago of him doing trading? It had like 10,000 views on the video where he was making coins off of buying bronze informs and gold informs and flipping them, and then silvers and flipping them. I just got that recommended yesterday and saw that. I'm like, dude, I miss bronze informs. And now that you say that, it brings it back again. On 588. Nice. Plus 100 on the transfer list. W, man. He could be in the Scream team. Oh, gosh. All right. Let's look at a few more. Again and again and again. Take me out of the mess I was in. Goodbye, yesterday. Told my wife about the 10K silver I bought and exclaimed several F's loudly. She came to see I was wrong. Armed with the grilled cheese. Yeah, how do you explain to your wife that you financially set yourself back in a video game? And why that should be important to her? Without sounding like just a madman. Goodbye, yesterday. Sormo went for 5.7K? Jeez. Of course I don't have him. SORMO. 65 rated. We have Seville. Luton. This one for 1.5. She has no clue. She's just awesome. She's just supportive. That's the best. Only 40K left. Do I sink into BPM or do I buy silvers? The eternal question. Why not both? I would do some BPM first and then silver so that when you go unassigned, you don't have to worry about getting out of it to get packs. Like, my plan tonight will be, I'm going to keep flipping into the evening. I'm going to keep selling on SBC solution cards while I flip these. It'll get slower and slower. As I get more and more cards, I'll probably eventually have to maybe list things for 200 on the flip. Not to make coins, but just get them to sell quickly. Or I just lazy list for 250, 300. Take the slower sales and stop bidding. So we made close to another 100K today. Nice. Didn't get recommended the Rotoshop vid, but a few days ago I got recommended one of KSI's pink slip videos. Nice. Dude, I wonder how they like choose to recommend those old ones. My voice is going. Invest in some niche gold commons. They'll get some Evo down the line. I have a bunch of gold commons in my club just chilling. I thought we were supposed to get an Evo today. Like a center back one. Or is that a TikTok lie? I got recommended Strip FIFA in the blackest team. Asensio Evo? No, I saw like a center back one. Or I guess it was on Twitter I saw it. It wasn't a TikTok one. Goodbye yesterday. I think it was Foot Sheriff who said it would be a really nice one for one-team RTG owners for silvers and golds. So I looked at players that people responded with the player that they wanted to put in to see if it'd fit. And all the players that put in had stats in some areas that were better than Mukiele's, and he said they all fit. So I'm hoping and praying that Mukiele fits. The only thing that might potentially make him not fit is he can play right mid along with the right back, which sucks. But if he can't, I'll do Gertruda. You're making a midget RTG? Like 8 silvers in 2 of the weeks. If silvers rise again, could silver pack method be worth it? I have a hot take with silver pack method. I don't know if it's actually really a hot take. It's just what I consider. Anytime I see people recommend silver pack method because silvers are up, I just think to myself, if silvers are at such a price that you're opening silver packs, imagine being club stocked, how many coins you'd make. And then with those additional coins, if you wanted to do a promo pack or two, to have a chance at some of the best cards in the game and still be insanely profitable for the day, you could. Because think of it, like, if so many silvers are up in price, that buying a 3,750 coin, I think, right, is the price of a silver pack, is netting you profit, along with, like, the kits and stuff, is a bonus. If you have thousands of silvers in your club, you are rich, my dude. It's the same thing with BPM. When people start doing BPM when bronzes are up in price, I kind of chuckle because it's like they're reacting to the market rather than being proactive and club stocking. Or like have done BPM before and sell at the premium prices rather than on the way down. Not saying it wouldn't work. It'd still probably be decent, but you'd probably want to stretch it out with lazy listing. And very quickly you'd have a bunch of kits that you're trying to get the best for, but not as many buyers. Players that are slowly going down in price. What's up, man? I remember you played Black Ops 3 Zombies. Let's go! Back in the day, I always watched you back when Pack-a-Puncher raided me. Nice, dude. Welcome back, brother. What you been up to nowadays, man? You excited for Black Ops 6? 7? Sorry. Yikes. I don't like doing a day. I would say on average I make about 100k a day with silvers. I like to go on weekly averages more than anything. We made $1 million plus our first week. And right now, if I sold all my stuff, we'd be at probably $2.5 million. If I include my lib and sud investments by the end of the month, if we get league SBCs, we'd probably be on $3 million plus. Fully understood. So SBC solutions look like they're slowing down for sales. Not as many posts. 5.5 hours after new content. Remember when you had bad Wi-Fi because you were in college? Good seeing you still stream. Hey, appreciate it, man. What have you been up to nowadays, brother? It's been what? How many years? I've been out of college for like 5 at this point almost. So these were all the cards since new content that went up in price. Jeez. Yeah, look at when they started. This was 10 minutes before new content. 8 minutes after. 10 minutes after. But once you get to the 20, that's when they really start popping up. Half an hour, boom. All the SBC solutions start hitting. The prices go up. Mumbo, got a wife yet? Brother, I'm flipping silvers. I don't talk to women. Let's keep it a buck, brother. Mumbo's doppelganger? Who, Guzan? Project EJ Tackett? Dude, Tackett. Throwback, man. What a baller. What a baller bowler. I'm still in school, turning 18 soon. I was just a kid when I was watching you. Bro, that blows my mind that, like, I was some people's childhood. That's wild. I had a dude come in the other day who, or it wasn't a dude, it was Kage. Kage's done with uni, but when he started watching me, it was before he started uni. Like, he's been a mod for like 5 years, dude, and it feels like yesterday. Dang, might get on trading. More of a new player. First true foot was FIFA 20. I remember bidding on minimum, selling them for 100 coins profit. Make you feel old, lol. True. It's a good feeling though, man. I look back at those COD days with very fond memories. I grinded the crap out of the beta. Can't wait for Black Ops 7. Did you guys see that they're officially dropping skill-based matchmaking for the start of the game too? Not only the beta. You see what having competition with Battlefield does? Literally, all the developers wanted this for the longest time. But the higher-ups are all like, nah. The second there's competition, they start going to the developers and say, hey, what can we do? Hey, our community for the past 5 years has said, remove skill-based matchmaking. Battlefield is ass, not good until Battlefield 1. Want to know, this isn't a hot take. This is what I think actually happened, but I can't prove it. I don't think people actually like Battlefield. I think there's a lot of people who loved Call of Duty and miss Call of Duty and use Battlefield as a way to push Call of Duty to get better. And I think for a while it was very difficult because both games weren't the greatest. But I think this year in particular, Battlefield's looking decent. People were really enjoying it, but also I think people were hyping it up even more to try to put pressure on Call of Duty, which they should 100% do. I mean, that's why I think the beta was extended, right? Because the game releases tonight. Also, when you played Overwatch, LOL, I hated that game, but I still watched because I enjoyed your streams. Dude, I haven't thought of Overwatch in so long, man. Dude, my Zenyatta skills were mediocre at best, but I felt like a pro player. And anytime I used Zenyatta, Throwback, dude. Is Black Ops 7 any good? I'm only hearing bad things. Basically, Treyarch has changed everything with the multiplayer that was a negative to a positive. Skill-based matchmaking, all the dumb skins not carrying over, getting multiple maps within the first season, both for zombies and a lot of multiplayer ones. Zombies felt really nice. Obviously, there's the back and forth hate between old gen zombies players and new gen of what people are looking for in a zombies game. People miss classic zombies. There's going to be a classic mode. It's not perfect, but it's fun. Why is your most viewed stream by far when PS servers are down? I want you to take a guess, Spytex. If PlayStation servers went down and you were trying to figure out why they went down or how they went down, or if they're back up, what would you do personally? If you were playing FIFA or anything else, and automatically you lost connection, would you look up what the issue might be? Would you see if anyone else is struggling with it? What is a man called Mumbly going to do about it? Give you endless entertainment as you stare at a menu screen is what we did about it. I tweet Donald Trump probably. No, what we really do, if you're an OG, you remember this. We call the EA customer support and we hit it off with them and get them to teach them how to learn to make coins. Those who know. We got held on hold for a while. Got off a hold. Who was the guy? Sarjeet? Big with the membership! Yo, Big! Welcome back to the membership club, brother. You get a bonus with your membership, my dude. New for this game cycle. You get to help us select a player for, where is it? Members FC. Carlos had us use Campos, the Mexican goalkeeper. Is there some sort of like mid-tier player, someone on the market we could buy, or someone first owner if we have, that you would love to join the squad? Any players stick out in your mind? Or is there a few you'd look at and say like, hey, Mumbo's got that, let's take a look at my specials real quick. That Josh Sargent. Love him. We're not talking like Mbappe's and stuff. It has to be achievable. If it's a card we don't have, but it's something on the market, probably like 100K-ish or under. But we're flexible with it. We want you guys to have custom ability. What is position ideally? Honestly, it can be whatever you want. We have someone with Goulet. Carlos has Campos. Probably a midfielder. A center mid or defender. Center mid or center back would probably be best. This man is paying for your rent and you won't pay more than 10K? This man doesn't even pay for a single percentage of the rent. It costs $5. YouTube takes over half of that. I'm lucky if I see $2 out of that. I'm appreciative of it, but rent's a little more than $2. Bro, that defense is a crime. This is not our actual team. This was our members' team. Hey, Mumbo, what would be the best leagues to stock up on silvers? Jimmy, everything, brother. Everything is a good investment with how low the market is right now. I was about to say, yeah, I'll show you my actual teams real quick. So this is our Sunderland squad. Evo's coming along nicely. This is our RTG squad. Beautiful specimen right here. Should just do members pro clubs. That would be goated to influence people to buy. That would mean I'd have to play pro clubs, and I'm never on pro clubs. RTG squad is half fodder, not even joking. Brother, it's almost like we're trying to use as many first owner players as possible and enjoy the quote-unquote lower end ones before we upgrade to the yearly always chase the meta team. It's almost like there's a purpose to that, Spytex. No. I'm not going to take crap from you, brother, because you're the same exact guy that I would buy the players you tell me to buy. The most meta ones, the ones that just came out in the promo. And you'll say, bro, how do you even have any fun in this game? Look at that team, dude. Realistically, you should never lose a game. Brother wants to grind the menus with a team like that and never use it? L streamer. And then when I bought it right away because you wanted me to use that player and I sell for a little bit of a loss because he's now packed more, losing coins on a special card? I thought you were good at trading. L streamer, L trader. That's Spytex in a nutshell. Holy crash out. It's not a crash out. It's just reality. I packed Pedri today from 2 rare gold upgrade and then Captivia from Hero Pack. Good for Kem. I'm sorry, Big. I saw the name Mendy and I just got PTSD for a second. You might Evo nicely. We can take a look at them. We don't Evo any cards outside of Sunderland though. So it won't be able to be Evoable in the future. Sadly, but we can put him in. He's a 6'3" midfielder. E-N-D-Y. Which club does he play for right now? Man's got steam coming out of his ears. Any luck in packs? Not today. My 2 draft wins, offline draft wins, we got really nothing in. Got so defensive and tried to make an argument why his team should be fodder. I didn't get defensive. I was... Stop. We're not doing this. I'm not falling into the trap again. I will not be rage baited. Have I bothered with hero packs? I was not doing the hero packs. The guaranteed I wasn't. I don't know if it's even worth it to do the max 86. I think I'd rather wait. Once we get League SBCs, we can do all that, no problem. But, like, max 86 base hero... Like, let's look at my gold fodder. Like, half the fodder is our team. Peace, man. Have a good stream. You're the GOAT. Hey, thank you for stopping by, brother. Have a good night, man. Alright, sorry. We gotta go back to the... member squad. We put him in the RTG accidentally. Member. Didn't realize American managers were 5K. You sleeping on us, brother? There we go. He can play a center back as well? Yo. It's kind of sick, not gonna lie. How is Campos back up to this price? It's wild, man. All right, who else can we chuck in there? Where would you like Mendy? Would you like him in the midfield or at center back? Big. Shkadone, I want a Doumbia, Barbo, Gervinho so bad. I hate the gameplay so much. He's kind of buns everywhere until he gets upgraded. Nah, I believe in him. I believe in him. Should we try out the Ward-Prowse and Cody? Striker. Could play Cam. Dabinia could play center mid. Left mid. Striker. Sixty in the midfield would be really nice. Reed, would you rather get the top one trader status or Sunderland win the league? Is that a genuine question? That might be the easiest question to answer in the world. Buddy, you just asked me, would I rather be the top one trader, basically infinite coins is what you're saying, or watch Sunderland be guaranteed to win the Premier League? I'm going to be the top trader because Sunderland's already going to win the Premier League. What's your plan for Prem, La Liga, Bundesliga, Serie A, Golds for League SBCs? Will you stock on before the SBC comes out? Nope. I will use mainly all the untradables that we get from the packs. There's really no need to ever buy any of those. Fake fan, no rage bait? It's not a fake fan if I believe in my team enough where I don't have to force them to win. Like in my head, the way you just asked that question is like I'm taking them into career mode and putting on easy mode and scoring 100 goals a game and saying, oh, Sunderland, here's your guaranteed win, guys. Nope, sorry. I believe they can do it on their own. I would be penetrated if Villa could win the league. You would be? Well, have a good night, brother. Brother, some of you guys in chat, I question just everything all the time. Huh? Sorry the younger generation is like this. Unfortunately, you've got unk status. It is so weird growing up when I was in middle school. Like, and social media was starting to become more of a thing. And then, like, high school started taking off. College was, like, huge. And then, like, end of college, COVID. To then, like, the after COVID, I slowly became unk. But I still feel like I'm that same age. Like, I think back to me grinding COD zombies until like 4 in the morning in college. I was like, oh, that felt like yesterday I was top 200 in the world on Revelations. That's coming up on like 10 years. Boom, 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 boom. Alright, so we can get some managers. Low-key, I want to try something, but I don't know if it's worth it. Do we have the release team? The team that's supposed to come out tomorrow? We have the full release, right? Of who it's going to be? I'm almost 20. To be honest, I miss playing Prime FIFA 13 to 16. I miss it all, man. Let me see if I can find that list real quick of players coming out tomorrow. Who has it? Foot Sheriff? Sad FIFA's become even more consumerist and community alienated. I just miss the days when it was like, it was a, I don't know if it sounds like 1-to-1 from football to FIFA was a thing. But like they felt so connected. Now they feel so separate. Both from like a what you come to expect from the game to like the joy in it. Like I remember how excited I was for even Team of the Week cards, trying out random cards, watching KSI videos, watching World Cups, playing World Cup modes. Everything felt new and fresh. Community felt like they were benefiting. I'm sure at the time gameplay was horrific for its own reasons, and we just look back more fondly because it's a little bit more messed up now. Part of that was we're younger, so things are a little different too. But like, I don't know, man. There's something that's past nostalgia. Football is still the same in the last 20 years of my life. I don't know. I don't even think that's true. I think football's changed too. I feel like everything's changed. Oh, your enjoyment. Gotcha. Trying to cry myself to think. Sleep, thinking about KSI pink slips and Heskey time. Take care of them. All right, see you, brother. All right, let's look for something else we can do right now. Alright, I'll keep flipping these. Managers. We could lazy list for honestly 17, 1800. I was debating though. What I was saying before, what I was looking at, what I was considering doing is with the price of French managers being as low as they are, do we take a gamble tonight off stream and pick up like 500k worth of French managers? Wait, let's see the team coming out before I do. So Elise's coming out. People really won't be able to afford him. Any other Americans? Or not Americans. French cards? Morton English. Thauvin. A TK. So there could be a chance French ones maybe go up. Yeah, I really wonder how silvers will move during the tourney too. So I wonder if we just potentially... Who is texting? 1 second. Why is a female texting me? That's weird. Mobo, so you flip silvers every day for 100 coins profit to 500 plus on each card, trading mostly. I'll answer that in a second because we're gonna chill, vibe out, and have a conversation, and I'll go on a tangent about that. Give me a second. Yeah, I think silvers might move really nice on a lot of the meta ones, but like even low end market. Like I'm thinking objectives. If people haven't gotten their icon cards done yet, I think just the simple like getting the goalkeeper, getting the I think Brazil. We looked at it earlier. I think it's you need minimum of 6 Brazil players, 15 wins. Something like that. Like Brazil cards, even if they doubled in price, bare minimum on the market, the lazy listing for that would be really nice. thing is, okay, we're going to go back to that one too, because that's going to be another conversation. Let's start with the silvers. So Mobile flip silvers every day for 100 coins profit to 500 plus on each card, trading mostly. So BB, I'll keep it as simple as possible, brother. Right now, we had a club stocked earlier today of thousands of silvers. We did it earlier in the week as prices were lowest supply last Saturday. We club stocked a ton, and then throughout the week with daily SBCs and just market fluctuation, anytime we could pick up silvers for 150, we always did, because even when they were 150 on bid, most of them would go for 250, 300 buy now within the hour. Right now is the lowest we've seen the market in a minute, where some don't even go for 250 within the hour, or it takes a while to sell. And the buy nows are no longer instant for 200. I think it's down to maybe takes 10 minutes to sell one for 200, which for club stocking is really good. But for bare minimum flipping, what that tells us is you can make guaranteed money on any card at the moment. Obviously not a lot if you're flipping it for only 200, but from club stocking, that's super important in just getting every card imaginable. Market picks up even just a little bit. You're basically doubling your coins no matter what. If it goes for 250 guaranteed within the hour, you lazy list for 300. You're kind of set there, right? Then on top of that, you have SBC solutions. So if you look at our newest video from today, we go over some examples of how we kind of engage with the market when it comes to an SBC that just came out, checking what teams are needed, what nations are needed, certain requirements, what to start looking for. We talk about using Footbin Discord servers that show screenshots of everything that's currently selling, then kind of checking your club. We did that even on stream today where we, while bidding on these, where we're getting guaranteed profit on every single card, we would then look to see, okay, this was an SBC solution 5 minutes ago. Let me see if I have it in my club. And then if I have it in my club, boom, sold it for 1.2. Boom, sold that one for 1.4. And it doesn't seem crazy, but if you break that down and you're mass bidding 150 on every card imaginable, you're getting hundreds of cards in your club on a daily basis. You're flipping cards. You're flipping hundreds of cards as well. Not only are you making coins, 100 plus coins on the flips right now for us, which is easy money, all these added up really makes a difference. If we're selling, let's say we get a bunch of cards for 150 and we sell, I don't know, let's use 10 for example, low end, we get 10 SBC solutions where we sell them for more than 1,000. That's a minimum of 10K just from those alone. But we sell some for 2K plus, some for 3K plus. We get way more than just 10. We usually do 25 to 50 bare minimum. That's not counting the non-SBC solution ones that are just like 500 to 800. We have so many things that sell worth of value, and then we just take those coins and reinvest. And like today with Marquee Matchups, there's so many tradable packs in Marquee Matchups that have silvers in them. Not only do silvers have value, they also gave a bunch of supply in the market. So we profited a ton from those silvers. Then we get to basically reinvest in everything all over again. And the more and more coins we get, the more and more we do this, the more and more silvers we get in our club. And that process just gets easier and easier. Does that make sense? I've been waiting for years for them to give a damn about silvers again. Yeah, same. Thing is, did football really change a lot, or does nostalgia change our POV about that too? I know it changed, but people talk like football right now is a big compared to 10 years ago. I think it does change. I think it changes in different ways. I come from the standpoint of it's not necessarily the football that's changed. It's more the world, and like my view is social media. I feel like a lot of things boil down to social media and just the views we all now have on the world that we once didn't have when it was a little bit more simple, when you didn't constantly get updated in real time, anything, anywhere, when you had just your kind of community around you, whether it be like your friends, your mates, your family, your school, your church, your local community. Now we're a global community, so that's great in terms of connecting. Like, I get to see a lot of Sunderland fans all around the world. But the negatives with that is you're seeing the best of everything and the worst of everything all in real time, which then just becomes a negative for everything surrounding that too. And that just enters the football world as well. Like, you can't separate the two. There's some great things that come from it, like the football slander account. Was it Hater Football? Hate Central? That dude is phenomenal at hating on footballers. That's like one of the positives. But like after every game, it's like a team will concede a goal. Their own fans ratio them on their football club's page. Tell them to kill themselves, that they're the worst players ever, that the owner needs to sell, that they need to sack the manager. Like everything's just reactive. It doesn't seem healthy. And I think that's changed it a ton. Sure, that's been there for 10 plus years. Like you can go back to tweets back in like 2015, 2013. But obviously it's not on the scale it is nowadays. I mean, Potter literally had people putting him on photos of terrorists and tweeting it at him and the club before he got sacked. Could you imagine that? Back in the day? Oh my goodness. This conversation excludes El Clasico with Ronaldo and Messi because that was always a banger. That was also a different time too. Like I feel like the Messi-Ronaldo era, for me at least, kind of established my childhood at the time growing up with those two footballers being the best in the world. Their dominance that they had at the time, but also too, as they get older, as their careers come to an end, I kind of view that as my childhood ending. Like, not gonna lie, I was tearing up when Messi won the World Cup. Not because I'm a huge Messi fan or I'm a huge Argentina fan. I'm technically neither. I'm not really a big fan of Messi at all. But it was like kind of the one thing he had yet to accomplish. And I've seen him from a young age accomplish everything. Just kind of hit very close to home with me. Same's kind of true with Dembele winning the Ballon d'Or. Like, I got emotional out of nowhere with Dembele winning the Ballon d'Or. Because think of, like, the career Dembele's had. The ups and downs of his career. His injuries. The people who didn't believe in him. And kind of how he was able to reinvent himself to get to where he is now. Like, there's still beautiful things about the sport, and those are some of it, but yeah, I don't know, man. Like, was my childhood better? I don't know. Ever since I started supporting Sunderland when I was young, it's been nothing but basically almost relegation, just staying up, to then being relegated. Then the double relegation. Then the endless few years in League One, losing playoff finals, COVID. But now, like, the build back up. So, like, from a Sunderland fan perspective, I could say, like, going through all that absolutely sucked. But now I feel, like, closer to the club now more than ever. Just because, like, going through all that crap. Sure, I felt close when I was younger watching the team barely avoid relegation. But, like, I guess I didn't understand necessarily the complete impact of, like, what that would look like. Getting relegated, not having as much funds anymore, not even from a player transfer standpoint, but like club operations, sacking people in the kitchen, people who have been working there for 30 plus years, who have a few years left until they retire, losing their job, seeing how it affects the community, things like that. All that's super heavy. My silver, Swedish, Romanian, Switzerland, Spain aren't selling for 400. Transfer list is full and coins are at 2K. Yeah, when you're doing any sort of marquee matchups, the best time to kind of sell those in bulk will be very quickly after the SBC solutions start coming out and when people start doing the SBC. We're at the point where most people have done it already who are going to do it. So those cards, even if they're a solution or they're a requirement, a certain amount for the SBC, they're not going to be worth a whole bunch. Like, you could probably pick a bunch of the Spain up on 150 bid and flip those. I have a silver Brazil team for the tourney. Dude, I was thinking last night when I was watching a horror movie, I was like, I kind of feel like doing a silver, like, 5-star skiller team for Brazilians and evoing them. Like, you know how Nepenthes, I think, was it last year? He did an evo team where he started with the lowest rated players in the game and then slowly evoed them up to see what they'd get to by the end of the year. I thought briefly about doing that with Brazilian skillers and how fun that would be, but I literally want every single one of my potential evos to go on Sunderland players. I can't waste a single one. Thank you for the informative response. No problem, buddy. I'm a West Ham fan. Grew up in the shadow of Park. Whole family are from the area. Know nothing but misery for 35 years. Hey, where do you feel like in terms of the start of the season West Ham has? Do you feel like they're right at where you thought they would be? Or did you think they wouldn't potentially be struggling this much? Dude, my voice is just going, man. Jeez. Got spoiled by Ronaldo and Messi, and now there's that void that no one can fill. I feel like people say that football is worse too because of the best players right now are worse as the best 10 years ago. I feel like it's different though, right? I feel like you can find those type of players, but the type looks like a different style or category altogether. I think you can look at someone like Haaland and see the greatness in Haaland from a completely different perspective. And this is why I was getting upset the other day when we were talking about Haaland and City. I can't remember who in chat we were arguing with, but someone in chat was saying you could replace Haaland and put him in, who he said he played for, I think it was Aston Villa's academy at like age 10. He's like, you could chuck me in there and I'd score 10 goals in a Prem season because that's how good the City side is. I was like, first of all, you wouldn't score 10 goals. Second of all, part of the reason City side performs so well with Haaland in it is because Haaland's in it. He doesn't even need to touch the ball. If you look at his movements, if you look at his play when it comes to building up, when it comes to creating room for the midfield to attack in, when it comes to drawing a defender for the wingers, he does so much without even touching the ball. Not only that, his physicality, his goal he scored last weekend. Do we need to talk about how many strikers in the league would even get that opportunity, let alone, like, not gonna, like, no, I can't picture. Can you picture anyone in the league, any other striker, shoving a center back out of the way, bodying him completely, when he was not even goal side, just completely got in front of him, won the ball and scored? That was wild, man. Like, is Sesko doing that? Is Gyökeres doing that? No. Is Isak doing that? No. Wilson Isidore, Maenda, absolutely. They would have bicycle kicked it in too. They would have flicked it over the goalkeeper's head. Knew we were going to struggle. We made no signs and expected anything different. Yeah. See, the thing is, what I'm kind of looking for as a Sunderland supporter is the key indicators I'm watching is average points is a big one, but obviously people have different schedules, so that's not going to be the best. My thing is goal differential. If the teams currently in relegation right now can continue to spiral with goal differential and Sunderland can stay in games, like, obviously, I would have loved Sunderland to beat Manchester United. Don't get me wrong. But, like, if you're going to Old Trafford as a relegated team and you keep it to within 2 goals, I don't think that's that bad of a loss. It could have been way worse. Dude, the amount of saves that Ruben Rofs made was insane. Absolute baller. You see the one that he nabbed from Bruno? Bruno got the ball at the top of the box. Didn't even take a step. He just kind of redirected himself, chipped a shot, top bends, over his head completely, puts it onto the post, crossbar. Wild, man. Yeah, I look at those goal differentials. I look at Wolves. I don't think Wolves replaced well either. West Ham, I think, could potentially recover in the January window. I think it'd be hard, but yeah. Imagine if Burnley goes down, but Leeds and Sunderland stay up, and Wolves and West Ham go down too. That'd be crazy. To be fair, though, I think any of the teams that go down this year that are new relegated teams, like if West Ham and Wolves both did go down, I think they would be two of the better teams to ever go down in the championship, and they'd come right back up. I think they'd be on Fulham levels. But yeah, that's tough. Issue is, though, championship always is easier when you're on the outside than when you're in it. Because it's like, when you're in the championship, I mean, you can look this year at the amount of games it took for Sheffield United, who lost the playoff final to Sunderland, literally had a lead, would have been 2-0 up if it wasn't for the offsides goal with VAR to get called back. Would have been 2-0 up, on course to breeze through playoff final and be a Premier League team again. They then ended up losing the playoff final in historic fashion. Crazy goals in the last few minutes. And then it took them, 5 or 6 games to get a single point? Dead last. They had to bring Wilder back just to have a chance. Just to get them promoted again, most likely, in playoffs. Just to get sacked again. We just can't keep talent. We get to use players that are good for 2 years max. Then we sell them and replace them with dog shit. See, I'm surprised more teams don't invest in a better kind of director of football or have a better scouting network. I feel like Sunderland is going along the lines of kind of the Brentfords, the Brightons. I kind of feel super blessed with that, but seeing other clubs not like plan for replacements or not have an idea lined up is really interesting. But too, sometimes you just have no idea, right? Like, for example, Sunderland. When Sunderland got promoted, one of the ones they were going to lose basically no matter what was Joe Bellingham. And he was going to become a record sale for the club. Instantly, the player we replaced him with, Habib Diarra, instantly became the most expensive Sunderland player in history too. It was most expensive sale, instantly going to replace him with even more money. And he's been injured for the past few weeks now. He's out till December, so we don't even get to use him a ton. But, like, the midfield completely transformed, too. Like, Job, if he would have stayed, not only do I think he would have not gotten in the team to begin with, people have a rumor that he might come back now that he's not getting the time he wants at Dortmund. I think he barely makes the bench at Sunderland right now, especially when everyone's healthy. You have Noah Siddiqui, Habib Diarra, Granit Xhaka, Dan Neil, Gertruda, who can play there as well, Enzo Lefebvre, Chris Rigg. You have 7 potential midfielders in that 3. And Job just cannot keep up with the pace of the game. Like, his game's just completely different than the Premier League. It's tough, man. Tough. That's how football goes, though. All West Ham Academy players who we sold, you should have never gotten rid of... You left a few out there, actually. So, a few you should have never gotten rid of. You should have never gotten rid of Elise. You should have never gotten rid of Pierre Aqua. And you should have never gotten rid of... City Bottom. He's to Stoke right now. Striker. What's his name? I'm blanking. Super strong striker. Got some pace to him. Yeah, West Ham has a solid academy. What's his name? Why can't I think of him right now? I wanted Sunderland to get him so bad. Dude, by the way, I love the current table right now in the championship. Mubama. Devin Mubama. Yes. Dude's going to be a menace. It's a shame he has Holland in front of him. But no, Elise as a center back and a left back is just... has been phenomenal, but he can't play more than 2 games without getting injured. I truly feel like from him, he's one of the better ones from the West Ham Academy that I've heard about in recent times. That if he didn't get injured, I think would be a starting center back in the Premier League. I think his ceiling's that good, but with injuries, you never know. Pierre Ekwa is an interesting one. Pierre Ekwa, I don't think would have fit the Premier League system well. So when Sunderland took him, I think that was a smart buy. He just has the worst attitude in the world, man. Pierre Ekwa has all the capabilities of being a top footballer, playing in the top leagues. I could see him very easily getting into a Europa League team and holding his own. But he just has the worst attitude in the world, man. He doesn't want to work as hard as he should. He expects so much. He joined a team in League One on loan from Sunderland where they had an option to buy at a certain price. They got relegated, but basically the price that they were offering, if like they wanted to buy him from loan, could have instantly sold him on for a profit. So they ended up going through with it. Even though they got relegated, they bought him back. He didn't want to go back, but Sunderland didn't want Ekwa to come back. So the footballer just refused to play for like a month. He sat out of trainings. He sat out preseason. And then they terminated his contract, and now he's on a free, most likely going back to League One. But yeah, West Ham has a pretty good academy. I'm curious to see if you guys have any more players coming out of it anytime soon. Because if Sunderland goes back to the championship at all, I want to raid that academy, man. Elise wasn't West Ham Academy. Was he Arsenal, I think? Arsenal or Chelsea? Just looked it up. Elise was Arsenal, Chelsea Academy, went to Man City's Academy, then Reading and Bayern. That's going to be one of those pub questions of like, oh, whose career trajectory was this player? Alright, one second. I gotta send a message. Again and again and again and again. Let's see. What were the matches today? Renildo played. Roofs played. How'd that one go? What international matches, if you guys watched any today, were they? Ooh, Haiti plays tonight. I want to watch that so bad. It's on Paramount as well. Okay. That starts in 20 minutes. Honduras, Costa Rica. Denmark killed Belarus. Scotland won. Let's go. Up the Scots. Netherlands won. Austria won 10-0. Ah, San Marino, what you doing? Their Twitter account probably went crazy. I need to see all the memes. Troy provides an assist. Ronaldo on the score sheet. Telby earns second cap. Let's go. Did he drop a stinker? Oh, gosh. Earns a second cap. Again and again and again. Save me from the mess I was in. Attractive girl at the gym told me I left my knee sleeves at the rack. I said good comms. Big up, man. Netherlands versus Malta. What are the games tomorrow? Does US play? Yeah, Ecuador tomorrow night. Okay. The capacity of the stadium that US is playing Ecuador in can sit 20,738. Out of that 20,000, ticket prices will most likely be absolutely insane, and this game basically means nothing. How many people do you think are going to be in attendance? I'm giving a less than half of the stadium. I'm saying like 9,500 will be in attendance. See, who even still plays for Ecuador? Oh, no. Valencia still plays. Oh, gosh. Valencia goal incoming. And Capi Pacha. Ooh. Their back line's going to be really good. Caicedo's in there. Actually, you know what? Chelsea has a huge fan base in the U.S. and a lot in the South as well. Texas, there's a lot of Chelsea supporters. I feel like there might actually be quite a few. The issue is the ticket prices. They're probably going to be stupid expensive. Albania, Serbia. Wait, Albania plays Serbia? Oh my gosh. Wait. That's Saturday, you said? What time? Wait, League One's still playing tomorrow. Or Saturday. So we got club football at the lower levels, and we have World Cup qualifying. Norway plays Israel. That's going to be a fun one. Portugal, Ireland. Serbia, Albania. Oh my gosh. They better show that on Paramount Plus. Fox Soccer Plus. Okay, I should be able to watch that. The stadium, yes, dude. The stadium only fits 8,000. There's not going to be an empty seat at that game. And the stands are probably going to be... Actually, let me look up the stadium right now. I'm very curious. Gradski Stadion Dubosika. Holy cow. Dude. Nah, there will be a war in the stands. Yeah. Dude, that's going to be wild. I'm just thinking of all the flares and stuff, too. The tifos, the flares. That's going to be wild. Do people use stadiums as shadows as some weird toxic tactic? Wait, is that what's causing it? I was always wondering why, even if I have shadows turned off, they still appear. Is it if you play a non-home game, if you're on the road for a Ultimate Team game, you get their settings for stadium? I think some just genuinely don't ever check to turn it off, nor do they know. But I wouldn't doubt some people probably do that. I mean, the fact that you just brought it up to me, the first thing in my head I thought is if I wanted to play Haram football and do like a video or a stream where we literally make a back line of like 11, I would put on shadows in the stadium and do everything in my power to make it as like toxic as possible. I'd like get off the Stadium of Light that Sunderland has, or like the default Ultimate Team one, and I'd find like one of those bronze ones that barely has any stands. Sun's beaming down directly on the pitch. Very short and narrow. Has anyone tried long throws yet in this game? Right? Time to go prepare myself mentally for the Giants game. Who do they play tonight? I don't think I have anyone playing in my fantasy. I don't got anyone tonight. Philly? Eagles, yeah. I don't know, man. Dark could show up. Dark could be going off. Dart's going to drop a perfect game, and then next week, y'all will just absolutely blow it. For losing to the Saints. At least Liverpool can't ruin my weekend. Hey, Sunderland has Wolves at home when they come back from international break. So, I am nervous like crazy. Because this is one of those, like, must-win games. Obviously, there's World Cup qualifying going on. Like, things like that make sense where there has to be games going on. Good luck, dude. Thank you, buddy. Look on the market. Appreciate you. Good luck to the Giants. I get that there has to be international breaks. But I can't stand this time of year where you're just getting in the swing of things for club. And it feels like every other week you're on another international break. Like, it feels very hard to build momentum. And, like, depending on your club situation, that might actually be a good thing. Like, if you have a bunch of players injured coming back, you're on a losing streak, maybe that breaks it up enough where things can change. But, I don't know. I feel like if you're a relegation side, getting into a good run of games, having the same squad together, week in, week out, is your best bet. There's like 3 or 4 so close. Yeah, at that point, just like put them all together, man. We're gonna have the season start like a week or 2 later. I don't know. Don't get me wrong. I love international football, especially when it comes to the tournaments. I love watching the U.S. even for like friendly games, depending on the competition. But I feel like there is also a lot of needless games where it pushes some players towards their limits. Gets some players potentially injured. Like, I literally pray every single window. It's like, please, I just don't come back injured. Go do well. Have your team qualify for the World Cup. But just don't pick up like a long-term injury. That's the last thing Sunderland needs. Be like South Sudan versus Cameroon, and you'll walk away. It's like, oh, players out for the rest of the year. Crap. See, this is guys where I don't support England like that, so I don't really have an international team. Have I ever talked to you about Ross Stewart? Or do you know who Ross Stewart is? One of my favorite footballers of all time. Yeah, you have? Dude, did you see he got injured again? I don't know what the injury was, but he's going to be out for like 3 or 4 months now. He might honestly retire. It's so sad because he's one of those players, again, where if it wasn't for injuries, He'd be a Premier League player. Week in, week out, he'd be a Premier League striker. Boom, 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 boom. All right, I might as well go to bed too. I'm gonna record. I didn't record an RTG today. I might do a manager video for tomorrow. That could be a good one. Yeah, we'll either have a manager video tomorrow or nothing for tomorrow. But we will be live 4 hours after new content regardless. So take it easy, guys. God bless. Have a good night. Peace.